Okay. 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 Gonna give things a second to level out. Mm-hmm. Well, how do I fix that though? That's the question. Okay. We're gonna go ahead. Let's try to do that and see what happens. Okay. We're gonna give it a few more minutes for my stuff to level out. Come on. Please cooperate, stream. I'm not getting any... Well, I'm not getting anything too bad in terms of, like, the artifacting. But I'm just gonna kind of let it go for a little bit. Why is the bitrate not dropping? Hmm. Okay. Much. Okay. We're gonna keep an eye on things not on my computer and see if that helps at all. Things seem to be all right. Okay. Yeah, okay. People watching, please let me know if anything's going wrong. I'm gonna turn on the music and hope and pray that this works. I'm not getting any too bad of artifacting. There will be some, I know. In the future, the goal... I'm probably going to end up doing Spirit City in the future for these streams, but I wanted to just do this as a test. If it gets too bad, I can just close Spotify. And this won't be too long of a stream, I hope. But alrighty, let's get into this. So today we're doing something a bit different. I need to create some monster stat blocks for an adventure module that I'm making, because for some reason I think that I need to make adventure modules, because I think it'd be fun. So the adventure module that we're currently working on is what is real is fake, aka you see in the title, it's Oops All Mimics. So we're gonna go ahead and jump into this. We're gonna make 4 custom stat blocks here, and it's gonna be great. We're gonna tools, text. We're gonna, first of all, we're gonna go ahead and title all of these out. That's gonna be comically small, but I want to group. Copy. Paste, paste, paste. Okay. So we do this, and we're going to do a large mimic. We are going to, hold on. Stream going to get a bit funky for a few seconds. So here's my little notes for this. Today we have monster cards. 2 mimics, large mimic, high mimic is what I called it, and humanoid mimic. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Humanoid mimic. Okay. Right. So let's start with making this the right size. And we can make like the fonts fancier later. I'm not really too worried about fonts right now. Let me read, not that. Oh, let me turn that off for the Spotify ads. Music will come back on when that's done. Okay, so we now need to do the stat stuff. So let's just get that all sorted. And this is going to end up being the base for all the other mimics I'm making today. It's intelligence next. And then wisdom. Oh, music back. Okay. We can turn this up a little bit more. Alrighty. Okay. Wisdom and charisma. So this one, the module I'm currently making is for D&D, but my goal in the future, we're gonna make this take up a little bit less space here. There we go. So my goal in the future is to have this be all of the things I'm making be system agnostic, or for my own system that I'll be making in the future. Hopefully I'll do some streams on it. I'm not entirely sure if I will. But as a part of that, I am doing a thing. How is the best way to, what is the best way to do this? Elements? Checkbox. I may just need to make my own for this, which is fine by me. I'm not super well versed in Canva, I'm gonna be honest. So yeah, no, we're not gonna mess with this too much. So let's go ahead, shape, square, edit. So the way I intend to denote the difficulty of these things is we're gonna have a little, hold on. I want it to be an outline. How do I make this an outline? Maybe we just do... No, I don't want a table. I should have figured this out yesterday. Is there a way for me to do... Okay, I'm gonna look this up because I'm not gonna be making a fool of myself on live stream. Okay. We can delete these. Alrighty. And back to what I was talking about with how I want to do like for them. There we go, to all be in the same thing. So for the difficulty of the mimic, it's actually going to be relatively easy to fight, because this is like the lowest version, and then we have 3 more versions that are much more difficult to deal with. So for the mimic tools, let me actually use a line for this. Let me make it pretty decently thick. And then we're gonna copy and paste this over to here as well, and then I'll make that look prettier later. Oh, or not. And maybe I don't need to make it look pretty. Group. Is there a way to like save this somewhere? With premium, of course. So this is a 2 out of 10 difficulty, and all of the stuff I'm making is going to be using this same scaling system thing. I still think these need to be close together. Okay. Because then we can put some stuff down here. So the difficulties actually do matter here for how I'm going to do things. Basically, I'm going to do this. You know what? I can do this now. Pop. Pop. We're going to create a new tab. We're going to call this difficulty ratings. So at base, all the monsters in all the homebrew I'm going to be making for D&D will have the same amount of stat points, and they'll have at base similar amounts of damage. So at base we have math time, because math is horrid and awful in all the things. So at base, all monsters have a 48 points total ability score points in total unless needed otherwise. So 48 total ability score points gives us an 8 average. This score increases by 2. This score increases by 12. By 12 per difficulty rating increase. I'm going to turn off the ads. Just realized that. So yeah, each difficulty rating increase. Okay. That'll work. Oh, I just realized that it doesn't... Why did it not... Hold on. Executable. There we go. Will it update? Are you going to cooperate with me? Hold on. I should have checked if this was going to work. Give me 2 seconds. Nope. Oh dear. There we go. Okay. So I just needed to get those numbers out of the way so that we can actually like do this properly. So 48 total points. So I know that we are going to dump the living heck out of their intelligence. So let's make that a 6. We can do that. So let's do -6 there. And then we're going to do something a bit different because I'm weird and all the things. So let me make this full screen again just to make that a thing. And I'm actually going to go ahead and not dump their charisma because I actually want these to be charisma based, and I'm gonna explain why later when we get to the higher tier of people, of the mimics. So let's have this be 8. Let's actually have this be 10. And then we go here, -10. Okay. And let's go ahead, do 8 index. We do let's do a higher, let's also do a 10 in strength for these guys. And then for Constitution, No. Let's do this. Constitution will be 10. And then for strength, we have 14 points left. Well, actually, that's a lie. We don't have 14 points left. I've been operating under false pretenses this whole time. We have 60 points total because this is a level 2. This is a tier 2 creature is what I'm going to call it, tiers. Because, yeah. And it'll be great. Hold on. I'm gonna quickly check the stream because I think something's wrong. Hello? What are you doing? Excuse me? Okay. So maybe I need to lower my resolution for next stream. Okay. Again, today's stream was just a test, and it'll be great. So I was operating under false pretenses. We have 60 points total, which means we can do much more fun things. So we're gonna put 2 higher stats in, I kind of want them to be in Constitution and Charisma. And put more text in. So we're gonna make Wisdom the dump stat here. So that's gonna be a 6. Okay. And then we're gonna go ahead and so let's do on the phone over here. 12 minus 12 minus 6. Okay, so we have 30 points left between all of these. They're gonna have, let's have a 10. Come on. Line up, do the thing, No. There we go. So they'll have a 10 in strength, which leaves us with 20 points between their dex and their intelligence. So let's do an 8, not a 9. 8. And then another 12 for their dex. So that will be this. So I'm gonna lock. We're gonna group all these together. We're gonna move this somewhere because we need to figure out their HP. And this will be in smaller font. So HP will probably end up being somewhere in the realm of like 20 to 30 hit points total. Because, like, the first tier will probably end up being 10 to 20, and then the next tier will be 20 to 30, and then so on and so forth. With the scale getting slightly bigger once you get to the latter half. So let's have it be, so it's +1 to any dice roll we do. Math is hard, y'all. So let's go ahead and do, let's say their HP is 26 as a base. Which is -2, 24 for, nope. 24, 8d6. No, that's not 8d6. Is that 4d8 plus 4? No, 48 plus 4. 48 plus 4 is not that, but we can make it that. It'll be 24, which I am okay with. So 24, it's 4d8 plus 4. So that can be all the way up to 36. So I think that's a pretty good number. Resistances. I don't think there are too many resistances other than probably psychic, because I am making these mimics psychic. Psychic mimics are great. And I do not think, and they get 1 resistance to a damage type at this level, at this tier. But it can't be like a physical damage type, it has to be some sort of magic type. And then no damage immunities. And then no condition immunities either. We're gonna keep the, okay, cool. And then let's just, in small text, do languages. Let's do common, and I'll figure out another language for them in a bit, because I don't actually know what I want to do for that language. And then now we get to what they can actually do. Here's where we get to the fun part. And let me... It's gonna be a lot of typing, so welcome back, music. Cool. Let's do their bite first. Well, actions. And this needs to be much smaller text. So let's do let's have their bite. Be thing. Okay, yeah. So their bite is it's a melee attack roll. And I'm gonna just get the numbers down first. And then I'm gonna go in and make it sound and look pretty later. You know? So it's a melee attack roll. Actually, now that I think about it, that makes infinitely more sense. Yeah, so it's a melee attack roll, which is 1d20 plus strength plus proficiency, which is for this, will be a +2 per proficiency, hence the difficulty. That's how we're kind of scaling this out. So it's melee attack roll. We're gonna do the numbers. Let's just stick with numbers. I'm not great at flavor text yet. It's something I'm working on. So, damage will end up being, let's have it be 1d6 plus 1 plus strength, which is a 1. So that's like the basic attack that it can do. So its other action will be Yeah, so this is gonna be, actually, let's call this a spectral grab. 15-foot range. This uses its charisma because this is a magic thing. 15-foot range. Magic attack roll, which will be 1d20 plus off. Okay. The damage will be 1d4 plus 1. Target what save do we want it to be, y'all? I don't want it to be a charisma save. Well, let's do wisdom, because a lot of people have wisdom as their, like, thing, and there's a lot of classes that are good at wisdom. You know what? No, it's a grab. This is like a grapple, so this is a roll a strength check. What's the DC on this? 1, 2, 3. So, oh, it's actually not that bad. This is like an 11 DC, right? That might be a 13, but I need to check and make sure that's the right number. If failed, target becomes grappled. And we're gonna do that. So basically, it's 15-foot range, it's a magic attack. It does 1d4 damage, but you become grappled if you fail the strength check. If you fail the strength, you become grappled. And it can only be used if somebody else is not grappled already. Okay, let's do its bonus actions. So spectral pull will be the next one. That's a semicolon. Come on. There we go. So spectral pull is towards the mimic if target is affected by spectral grab. Target must roll a strength, a DC 11 strength save. Okay, no, I figured out. Towards the mimic. Used if target is affected by hold on, muting for ads. Okay. If target is affected by the spectral grab, spectral 5 feet towards that, affected by spectral grab. Okay. And then we need to do the transforming ability. And I'm making this at will because I frankly think it's dumb that it's a mimic. The whole thing is transforming. The fact that it isn't at will is frankly really stupid to me. Okay. Music back. Okay. So transform. It's transforming. Let's just say small or medium. or into mixed true form is a mimic's true form. The mimic's true form in all actuality is just an amorphous blob okay. Frankly, this is done. Like, this is pretty good and pretty solid for what is frankly a very, very weak creature. What is my uptime? Okay, we can do one more of these. Oh boy. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna not we're gonna duplicate this page and we're just gonna edit this. So we have large mimic next. Let's get the information down and make it prettier later. And then I know for sure I think this is only a 3. Okay. So I think first things first is to move this down. Move this down. And we're gonna add an immunity. And okay, good idea. I'm probably gonna, so basically what I'm doing is I'm making 4 different tiers of mimics, basically, druids. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I'm gonna steal that for the next one up. Basically, so like I would do it for the first one, but it's pretty weak. It's like just a weak creature. So what I'm gonna do whilst I edit this, so my idea, my like unique idea, or more unique idea, I should say, is I'm gonna make humanoid mimics. So basically, think along the lines of like mimic has taken over a creature and is mimicking said creature and controlling said creature, a la like dominate person stuff. So the idea is that there are these like humanoid mimics that are like stealing the traits of the humans that they took, and when you kill it, it does not kill the actual human. It's like a 2014 Druidic wild shape. Come on. So I think that's how we're gonna go about like the fun, silly, stupid stuff. So hence why I'm building this like a psionic. Also, thank you for a reminder to give them a armor class. That was, I don't know why I didn't do that before. Because I had it in my head what their AC was going to be. Symbiote Mimic. Yeah, I'm trying for like this first round. I'm not really diving into like too many spells. I am gonna do a fear effect on not this large mimic, but I'm gonna do like a high mimic. Okay, that's about 13 AC for this. That looks right. Or should I lower that down to like 12 or 11? That numbers make sense. Numbers are really hard. I don't like numbers. I don't know why I'm doing this. I don't know why I was like, let's make an adventure module, and now I'm just being a bit of a dumbass. Okay, so I'm not, so okay, so druids, you missed that part of the conversation. So my goal is to make these in the future. This one's very much heavily D&D inspired, or like D20 inspired. My goal is to make these adventure modules that these will be a part of system agnostic. In general, these are like, look at it. Has 24 HP. And not a score above 12. So like, obviously these are for like very low level parties. I don't want to put like a level, like a number on it, because again, we hate numbers here. So I'm going less than, so I'm not doing CR. I'm doing an internal system for all of my stuff so they can be compared with the other stuff that I make, if that makes any sort of sense. Yeah, fairly simple. The thing we have up here is probably the best indicator for the difficulty of the creature. So it'll be like a 1 through 10 system of generally how hard is this to fight. And it will additionally take into account how annoying a creature is to fight on top of like actual numerical mechanics. Gelatinous cube will be higher than this. CR is dumb. Exactly, you get it. Okay, yeah, 13 AC is probably about right for what I'm going for this. If anything, it is just a guideline. I'll show, hold on. Oh, stupid Spotify ads. I can quickly show the plan. Nope, wrong screen to F11. Come on. Okay. Okay, give me a second. So here's the basic one-shot idea. Trying to make sure it actually switched over. It didn't, did it? Nope. There we go. Yay, it switched over. So here's like the general one-shot idea. This is an adventure module one-shot. It's probably going to end up being like a 2 or 3 shot if you actually run this out. I'm basically creating like, I'd call them one-pagers, but it probably won't be one page because I know how I write. But the core idea is my druid using wild shape to transform into a beast mimic symbiote into a coffee cup to reenact the opening scene. That's insane, druids. That's wild. Genuinely, that's wild. But yeah, so the idea is like 2 of those mimics will be the first fight to lean in, then 3 of the large mimics, and then 1 of the high mimics, and then 3 humanoid mimics, which will be, the humanoid mimics are on the same scale as the large mimics I'm about to make. Say that, say mimics just in general 3 times fast. And then the hook for this, I should have gone over this at the start of stream because I am being dumb and stupid. So the hook is there have been rumors about a nearby trading post being abandoned. No records have left the town in about 2 months. Find out what happened, where the townspeople went, and fix the root of the problem. And then here's my stream schedule for the week. So yay. I get to dive into Incarnate stuff. It'll be great. I'm excited. So yeah, but we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna start doing this. I think I'm not prepared for this. I'm being stupid. Give me 2 seconds. I need to look up a list of the conditions in the game. Conditions. It may just be worth it. Hold on. Those don't need to be open. Oh, I've been making maps for several years. Maps are the one thing I actually know what I'm doing with this project. But I'm mostly an Incarnate user. But yeah, I might, if you want to, like, when I release this on my Patreon, because this will be a free post, I'm not forcing people to pay for this first one, or like the first few, in all honesty. Okay. Hi Cherry. Hi Cherry Lake. I feel like I'm getting noticed. This is scary. We're gonna quickly go to D&D Beyond. We have a love-hate relationship with D&D Beyond here. Oh, I'm dumb. Okay, we're gonna quickly go. We're gonna go here while I drag this out. Yeah. Okay, cool. Oh yeah, it's been, so I'm a beta tester on Incarnate, and oh my god, there's so much new stuff that's coming out soon, but I'm probably going to be mostly using Krita, like digital art stuff, to do the maps for this. But yeah, we like Incarnate in this house. I'm signing into D&D Beyond. This is dumb. Come on, please cooperate. Thank you. Okay, we're gonna look up a list of conditions. If D&D Beyond will cooperate. I like Roll20 compendium. Are they not called conditions anymore? Rules. Rules glossary. Why are they not all in a list somewhere? Okay, well, yeah, I just like Roll20 because of the character sheet and map combo, in all honesty. So that's why I enjoy it. You know what? I'm gonna do that part. I'm gonna do the resistances offline because I want to do condition immunities and condition resistances, but I need to pull up a list for those because I don't have the 20 of them memorized off the top of my head. Okay, so time to modify these scores. So we've increased this by 1, which means we get another 12 points to put in to these to the scores is how I'm doing it. So this is going to go up to 14. So we have 10 left. 14. Let's put this up by 2 as well. And then, so 2, 4, 6. Let's have their intelligence go up by 4. So this is going to be a 12 as well. It's a lot of 12s. I like the number 12. It's great. And then this goes up to an 8. Okay. So that was gonna bug me. Okay. Most of the stuff stays the same. We have, this is gonna be a large amorphous blob. Their AC is gonna increase. That doesn't need to be that long. Had it at 13, let's make it 12. Let's say it increases by 2, so that'd be 14. Yeah, okay. Yeah, natural, that should be 16 then. Well, let's have it be 14 for sanity's sake. Again, the mantra here is numbers are dumb and stupid in all senses of the word. Okay. Let's, yeah. That'll just, this is a straight up buff. So I'm not super worried about making this like really detailed. The main buff is going to end up being this. So that's now a 2. And druids, if you're still here, please correct me if I'm wrong that that a spell save DC starts at 8 and not 10. And please tell me I'm not being dumb. Wonderful. That's fine. I don't worry about it too much. And then HP will be the biggest difference for this one. Let's math. I hate HP math. HP math can go die in a pit. I hate it. 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 Instead of 3, so I want the average health to be at about 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40. So if I want this to be in like the higher 40, like higher 30s, let's say if I want this to be exactly 40 and we're adding 2, if we're adding 2 HP per dice, the dice average would need to be a 32. And 32 is if we're sticking with D8s, we can't stick with 32, 30. Well, if we add 2 dice, so that would be 6, and it'd be plus 6, so that'd be 12. What does that give me? And we're rounding up to 5. So it'd be 30 plus 12. That's a bit high. So let's have it be 5 and 10. So 25, 35 would be the average for that, I think. 5 times 5, 25 plus 10, 35. Dice are hard. Let's keep it at that. I might change that. And some of these other things might change, but I kind of just want to move on. I'm gonna be for real. Let's just duplicate this page and delete this one. Okay. So now we have the High Mimic, which is going to be the equivalent of our boss fight. which means we're just gonna do a bit of this action. Okay. So we have we have a total of 24 not hit points, stat points to spend. So let's do that first, because that's easy. So 24. Let's bump this up by 4. So this is going to be an 18. Let's bump their constitution up also by 4. So this is also going to be an 18. So that's 8 down. Let's bump their strength up by also I mean, I don't want to be boring. So let's do this let's bump this all the way up to 18. So that'd be -6. And then put 5 in each of these other 2 stats. 15. Okay. Yeah. Alrighty. Those are pretty decent boss stats. Yeah, I'm okay with this. And let's change everything accordingly. We're gonna mess with this. So let's bump the AC up to 17-ish. Let's do 16. I'm not worried about how this applies to the, you know, you feel, And let's make the health do big numbers. I want this to be in the realm of, let me add a text thing really quickly, because there is something I would like to do with these. Come on. Please let me move it. Okay. And we're gonna put an asterisk here. We're gonna make it a bit bigger. That asterisk is gonna denote that this is a boss. So basically, its stats will look really high in terms of, like, it'll be higher, but damage-wise, it won't be at the same tier of other monsters at this level. So, because the idea is that you have a prolonged fight, you know, let's mess with numbers again. I do not like numbers. Let me see something. Keeping D8s because I like D8s for health. They're easy, and 5s are nice numbers. So what is it? 9 times... Let's see what 7... No. Uh-oh. What did I just do? Okay. That scared me so bad, and I just did something to my screen that was monitoring my Twitch. So let's go ahead and... Yeah. Let's do 7d8, not that. 7d8 plus 4 times 7. Pretty sure it's 28, right? 7. Yep, 28. Which is a number. Oh my god. Times 7 plus 28. 63. I literally just did the calculation for 7 times. I'm a dumbass. I'm so sorry for people watching this. Okay. You know what? I think we're at a pretty... Been going for like an hour and a half. We're at a pretty good stopping point, because then we get to go into like the actions and all of these things. Tomorrow we have 2 tasks. Tomorrow I'm going to go for pretty long. I'm going to start much earlier than normal. And we're going to go ahead and do 2 things. We're going to finish this up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to finish this offline because I need to have like stuff in front of me to do this, and it's going to be messy on stream. Let me mute for Spotify. Okay, it's muted. And that's just a thing that I need to like do with music blasting in my ear that like has lyrics to it and a bunch of other stuff. Tomorrow's task, I'm going to show you what I've done with these, and then we're going to hop into a very basic city map. I'm thinking we're going to do it in Incarnate, but if that does not work, I'll do it in Krita because I know for sure that works. And that will be a much calmer, chill art stream either way. With my Spirit City timer stuff going for that. It'll probably be about a 4-hour stream, and I'll cut up the VOD into two pieces, maybe if I need to. I don't know. But I'm gonna go ahead and call it quits here today. And I'm gonna continue working on this offline, and we're gonna go raid out to somebody. Any recommendations for people raiding out to? Does anybody have any major opinions? Anybody that you know of that is also doing D&D things? Currently seeing if anybody else is doing any world building. Hold on. Okay, I have managed to find somebody doing some world building. Hold on. Pop out. Not really, unfortunately. That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. Kind of just sitting and scrolling through. What's the... Oh my goodness, okay. I'm just gonna sitting here scrolling, trying to find somebody. I also may or may not drop you into somebody doing art as well, if that's all right with you guys. Ooh, this is fun. You know what? There's somebody doing in-person D&D. Like streaming in-person D&D, which is pretty cool and chill. And I think that's fun and you should support them. So we're gonna go to Fables of Galestone, which is a cool name, by the way. And we're gonna go in. I want y'all to show them some support. And yeah, please be kind to these folk. And have